Talk about action. We here, y'all. We waiting on y'all.
Man,
You know,
come on in this thing, man.
and, you know, when we get a little more known, we ain't gonna be waiting for y'all no more. We ain't gonna.
Nah, for real.
We just gonna start the show. But you know
Y'all
what?
y'all get this common courtesy because we know y'all.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Only because we know y'all.
So y'all better come on in, so we can get this show started. In case you guys don't,
Close.
that's me, huh? That's me. I know that was me. I'm doing that.
I was like, you got close. All right.
You're gonna get something weird back and forth.
All right. Let's get it.
All right, whoever's in here, hit us up. Let us know that y'all here.
Where's Nick at?
Give us some hit us up in the comments. Let us know that y'all here. Give us y'all name, all that good stuff, or whatever. Or, just show some love. Throw some likes up there. And if you guys on Facebook, hit us up on YouTube. I'm going on TikTok live as well. In a few, just for a few, whatever. So those are there that just want to be on TikTok, whatever, because of a specific question I gotta ask, and I want to know really quickly like the answer. So I have like a little poll on TikTok, whatever, that we're gonna do as we do the show as well. So that's what's up. Let's see who we got in here. Let me go down, man. KC Mo. Who's KC Mo? Facebook. Oh, Tanya Turner. What's up?
What's up, Tanya?
We're not responsible. Oh, wait a minute. See what says something. What they say? We're not responsible for their happiness. Oh, you're answering the question already, huh? Okay.
Hold on. We gonna
we're about to get into it.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, in case y'all wonder, yes, I'm in the car again because I wasn't going to get to the office quick enough or whatever. So, and I didn't want to miss the time and us delay our time and stuff like that. So we do with all means necessary. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Let me go in here and let me go on the Facebook real quick, man. Talk to the people real quick, Fat Boy, and I'm going to go in here in Facebook so we can get logged in and
okay. What's happening, y'all? Man, first of all, hello, happy Thursday. It's good to see y'all. Good to see y'all out there. Thank y'all for joining in. But make sure you like, share, subscribe. I need y'all to send it to 12 people and tell them 12 people to send it to 12 people. I'm real serious about that. I think that our core viewers, if we can get y'all to start sharing a little more, especially during when we live, we definitely have more interaction for y'all. And do that. And due to the fact that we are a viewer-based show, it would definitely be dope if we could have more opinions in the chat where some may disagree. We just ask, of course, that we all remain respectful, and you know how we always are on the show. But other than that, man, it's a great Thursday. I've been saving, so I'm starting to have little issues because I've been saving. We getting ready for some great things for y'all. We got some real dope stuff for y'all. I'm gonna say that,
What's up, Marlon? Marlon's in the house.
Marlon in the house. What's happening, Marlon? Yeah, we in here.
Hey, Fat, you can't see the what's the name now, huh?
Yeah, I can see it.
You can see the comment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. All right.
I'm gonna see. I'm in here. Yeah, but yeah, man. Fat Boy in the building. I mean, you don't know. You know what it is. I miss y'all every Thursday. This is one of my favorite times of the week. Rain, sleet, snow, we're gonna get it done.
Yeah, yep.
And I'm excited. Like I said, I continue to say I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for y'all to start sending these dear brothers while we wait on him. Dear brother, dear sisters. I need y'all. Oh, I had a great point of view. And I'll talk to Phil about it later, but I think that's just what we're going to run with as well. Right. But a viewer asked us, and it ain't the first person that said it, but I'll talk about it later.
Oh, yeah?
But whatever.
You sure? All right.
We'll talk about that later. But I need y'all to send in your dear brother, dear sisters. Make sure you subscribe, of course, to our YouTube at Fired Up Broadcasting, but also make sure you send a short audio or video clip, no more than a minute, to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. Title it Dear Brother or Dear Sister. We need y'all to send these Dear Brother, Dear Sisters.
Right.
Because if you do, then we can have more interaction with y'all as well. And then you can tell your friends that, hey, I'm gonna be on TV, and everybody want to be on TV. You know,
right. You know what I'm saying?
On YouTube, we're gonna be here, and I'm really, really excited. I'm happy that, like I said, that y'all came in, and I'm on fuel to get busy.
We about to get it started. We about to get it started. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so also let the people know, or I can let the people know too as well. To go on our TikTok and subscribe as well.
Yeah,
on the TikTok and Fired Up Broadcasting as well.
There.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's gonna be plenty of things going on pretty soon. So y'all might as well go on here so y'all can get the notification. Who else is that? Somebody else is on Facebook, but I can't catch your name. Hit me up. Let me know. Put your names down there. We about to get this show started, man. You ready, big dog?
I'm ready, man. Let's get to it.
All right, let's get it.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We know.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace. I love y'all.
All that good stuff. It's your boy Fuel at Fired Up Broadcasting. That's your boy Fuel.
That boy in the building, you already know what type of time we on.
That's what's up, man. I was talking to TikTok. I'm talking to TikTok while we're doing the show here as well. You know what I'm saying? So bear with me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going back and forth, I ain't looking at y'all. I ain't looking at you. I'm looking over because I'm doing two things at one time. I don't know who the hell I think I am to do all that, but hey.
I don't know what you got going on over there, man.
Yeah, but so we got a great show lined up for you guys, man. We're talking about quite a few things or whatever, and as you can see in the title, am I responsible for my significant other's happiness? You know, and it's funny, Fat Boy, because all the topics that basically you kind of came up with, most of them today, and they all kind of coincide with each other of what we got to talk about. It's crazy. It's crazy. When I went down, I was like, damn, we got to talk about that too. You know what I'm saying? So everything's kind of
we're gonna peel back some layers.
Yeah. Everything kind of ties together. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Let's see who we got in the house right quick. We got a lot of people here at turn off invite. Bust your kneecaps. Who's bust your kneecaps? That's somebody on TikTok. Bust your kneecaps. I'm doing both. We got O's in the house. What's up with it, man?
What's up, Big O?
That's what's up. Erica on TikTok. What's up? I'm going back and forth here, y'all. But one of the things, man, and the reason I wanted to get on TikTok too, and we're gonna get this.
Grandpa? What's up, Grandpa? Grandpa in the building. What's happening?
That's what's up. What I wanted to do is, Fat Boy, because you know you had everything else, and I at least wanted to put something out here, man, that was very interesting. As you guys know, y'all y'all been hearing through the news about Chris Brown, Usher, and Teyana Taylor drama, right? The whole fight and everything that they've had or whatever. Well, most of the stuff is not factual. Everything that they're saying is not factual. You know what I'm saying? People kind of came up, you know, and everything. Every time you read something, it's allegedly this, allegedly that. So how much of it do you believe or not believe? You know what I'm saying? So from what is told is that Teyana was invited to Chris Brown's birthday party, which Usher was putting on. So Usher was the one that invited Teyana, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Chris, which you guys understand that had a problem a while back with Teyana because of the was it the Super Bowl?
Or I think the VMAs.
The VMAs from the VMAs, right? Because it had to cancel because it's maybe her not being able to perform or not performing or something like that. So it was a whole drama. So they kind of had a little bitterness towards each other, I guess, or he had it towards her anyway, or whatever. When it comes down to it, well, she goes to the party or whatever. They get into it, right? Once they get into it or whatever, Usher kind of steps in because Chris was calling her all kind of names and B's and disrespecting her and all that type of stuff or whatever. Now was allegedly said or basically what people are saying that Usher got beat down, by Chris's team or whatever. That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. But
allegedly.
Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? But as you can see on other videos, the day after or 2 days after, he's walking around.
He looks fine.
You see what I'm saying? Fine. So the whole stories behind this, is crazy. So the only reason, because I know a lot of people seen this on the news already, one of the reasons that I brought this up was because my question was this. One, do you guys think that Teyana should have been at the party anyway? Right? You know what I mean? Because you already know that there's kind of like bad blood or whatever, or you going there and being like, oh, I'm Teyana, whatever, I can just do whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you go, right? That's the first question. The second question is this. Because Usher, kind of like try to protect her or took up for her and spoke up for her and all that kind of stuff or whatever. There were some people on TikTok that were I don't even want to say the guy's name because it sounded so stupid to me or whatever, to the point where I was kind of like, ain't no daggone way you sitting here saying this. And the question is, should men protect all women or just married women?
I heard that shit.
Yeah.
Asking me. Okay, so now it makes sense. Okay.
So yeah. And so basically he was kind of contradicting himself too, whatever, on his TikTok or whatever. But it just kind of bothered me. So I was kind of like, and normally, I don't do TikTok live unless we're actually got it really together in the studio and stuff like that or whatever. But I had to on this one, and I had to put a poll. You guys see the poll on TikTok or whatever. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Should women be protected whether they're married or single or whatever? This guy was trying to make the argument that, he wouldn't protect a woman that's single or whatever, but he will protect a woman that has a ring on her finger.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, that part. You know what I'm saying? So that part right there.
You will protect a married woman over a non-married woman, basically.
Right.
Or a woman that is not married.
Right. And so I just wonder if there's more people think like this, because sometimes you're on these TikToks or on these podcasts and stuff or whatever, and you're dealing with your personal shit. Your personal, and you could, recognize it as that while you're doing your show, while you're talking about people, recognize that shit as that. You know what I'm saying? But don't sit here and try to, manipulate our young people's mind as to the right thing to do when it comes to our women. Black, white, young, old, or whatever. The point is, if you see someone being disrespected, if you see someone being found or whatever, and especially a man touching on a woman, you know what I'm saying? Then, you should step in.
I mean, be cautious, though.
Be cautious about it. But if you're a man, you're going to step in and either try to stop it, calm it down, or something or whatever. Now, women on women, they're fighting or whatever. You might break that up too. But, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot different if a man is aggressively doing something towards a woman. And so if you sit here and say, oh, well, she ain't got a ring on or whatever, then, oh, well.
My
That's
thing
the
is,
stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What does that have to do with the fact of protecting a woman? I mean, this is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying go out and be a hero. This is not what I'm saying. Don't get yourself hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see anybody getting harmed, especially a woman, bro,
right,
stand up and say something.
Right.
I will hope.
What's up, Phil?
I mean, I got a thing too, though. Sometimes, like, I try to stay out of people's business. So if a man slapping up his woman, bro, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna hit you with one of them.
Right.
From across the street, I'm gonna hit you with a hey, stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if he commits to keep whooping her ass now, y'all, I'm gonna call the proper authorities. Cause he already crazy enough to be beating this woman in the street. He gonna shoot me. I'm just saying. So be cautious out here, right? And this is a married woman or not a married woman. You get what I'm saying? Yes. A woman that is not married. Just be cautious. But what I am saying is, if you see somebody getting harmed, all jokes aside, I will hope you would stand up and do something.
Right.
I will hope.
I will hope. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
it don't matter if they married or that's stupid. I never heard that in my life.
I do. When I heard that, and this is why I'm here. What's up, Phil? So I see you on TikTok, man. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you tapping in. But we're talking on our show, and if you guys are actually interested in giving a comment on what we're talking about, go on YouTube, Fired Up Broadcasting on YouTube. All right, we got you. So yeah, so I think it's very important, man, to let people know not to take everything you hear, especially a younger generation, take everything you hear to heart. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been, people on here and is maybe dealing with personal things or whatever, and they're talking about themselves, and you have to be able to dissect, recognize those things or whatever when it comes to that type of thing, those type of people or whatever. Because
absolutely.
This dude, man, I think I call him the low budget Kevin Samuels. That's why
I just feel this is my thing too. A lot of these dudes is nerds, bro, and they finally get a camera. And I once was bitter my damn self and still fighting on that, but I think it just be a lot of bitter energy. Cause you will hope somebody, if your mama ain't married, or you will hope somebody whooping your mama's ass, you will want somebody to help her.
You want somebody to be there.
So I just feel like people sound crazy when they say shit like that. Like I would want to stand up or say something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, you ain't gotta do her like that. But now, like I say, if he be like, shut the fuck up, nigga. Hey, all right, I'm gonna call the proper authorities.
Right. Do what you have to do to try to help that person out.
But I'm gonna definitely try to defuse the situation, married or not married. I think that's just stupid, man.
Right. I got a few people. I see a few people on here wanting to join live, man, on TikTok. I don't know. Should I let them in or should I just kind of keep going with the show? I don't know. It might distract you. It probably may be too much, huh?
Yeah, let them on in here, man.
Let them on. No, they're not on here on TikTok.
Yeah, link them in. I can link them in, huh?
All right, I'm gonna hit it next time it comes up or whatever. All right, guys, if you guys want to join the show and talk about this that we're talking about, then we're talking about the whole thing of should men protect all women or just the married women? You know what I mean? And I actually put a survey there, yes or no. Click that or whatever. And if you want to come in or whatever and talk about that, hit me up or whatever on here on TikTok, and I'll bring you on here as well. Appreciate you, Philster, coming in and hollering at us. Who said I hold out? What does that mean? Okay, I'll hold out. Maybe I missed something. Marlon said, what's good, y'all? Pray y'all have a blessed day. Somebody else hit us in Facebook, say hello. What's up? Said, I'm going down the whole thing. In the shop with my granddad listening.
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Women are, what'd she say?
Women are the weaker vessel.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I mean, like I say, all jokes aside, I will hope someone stand up and say something.
Yeah.
I do
hit those likes, y'all. Hit those likes.
Tell people to be cautious though, because people have been murdered for shit like that. You know, trying to stand up and enter into a situation, but also I think it is our duty as a man to, you know, if we do see some things wrong, to definitely,
yeah,
you know, I mean, attend to it.
Yeah, and another thing, I mean, you know, you got, you know, you're trying to sit here and say that you will only protect a married woman when actually you got guys out here that damn near killing each other. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever. Yeah, and yet you wouldn't protect a woman from actually being, you know, harmed or all that type of thing, man. It just flabbergasted me, man, with that whole comment, that whole segment or show, whatever he was doing or whatever. And I didn't want to really get his name or put his name out there because I ain't trying to show no love to that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, like, you know, be like, oh, go check him out. You know, if y'all seen it, y'all seen it. If y'all heard it, y'all heard it. Fine. But
you gotta tell me off camera who it is too, because I need to hear.
Yeah. I'll tell you off camera after. Yeah. But yeah, man. So that was a rant. I mean, it's probably just a rant that I just wanted to get off my chest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting tired of people coming on, you know, on these shows or on these TikToks or whatever and trying to sound like the professional speaker for, especially for us black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you don't speak for me, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have your opinion, I'm cool, but you don't speak for all black men. You know what I'm saying? You don't speak for all men or whatever, to the point where, you know, when it comes to disrespecting women or not protecting them, you don't speak for us.
I mean, excuse my language, I ain't cool with that type of shit, man. I just feel like people be just saying shit just to get the views, and you know, I think just people just say anything now with this media, man. You don't know what's the truth. Everything's alleged. You know, people talking outside their mouth.
Wesley's on TikTok. Wesley said, "Why does it always got to resort to black and white? Why can't we just be Americans?" We're not talking about black and white, Wesley, unless you're just talking about my shirt. Black businesses matter. Maybe you're talking about that or whatever, but we're talking about just having the respect of helping our women, whether they black or white or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just helping them if they're in, especially trouble or a fight with a man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like you want to try to, you know, diffuse the situation and try to make things a little bit, you know, help her in some kind of way. But just because, you know, from what people were saying on TikTok before, because she had a ring on or whatever, then, you know, that's when they would have been protected or whatever, you know, which kind of contradicted itself because Teyana is married. He was talking about Teyana or whatever, and yeah, he was saying, you know, that Usher was wrong. How can you say that? And how you gonna say Usher was wrong if he was protecting a woman with a ring, but yeah, you saying that I would only protect a woman with a ring? How stupid do you sound?
I don't know, man. Like I said, I gotta see who it is. How stupid do you sound?
You see what I'm saying? That it's dumb, man. So it says sometimes you may think about what you're saying before you even say it. You know what I'm saying? More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. Keep it up. Oh, thank you. Continue, guys, with the likes. I appreciate it. Marlon said, I'm doing a lot today, dog. Marlon said, I believe I should protect all women. Also, we shouldn't jump into things we don't know nothing about.
Absolutely.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just saying, don't get your ass shot out there playing around, y'all.
Right.
Now, and then say Fat Boy told me to intervene. I told you to be cautious, but stand up.
Yeah. And doing that, you don't have to physically be involved. You don't have to physically, but you can call for help for her or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? That type of thing, whatever, especially if you don't know what's going on and what it's about, you know, because you have some ratchet females that be doing some crazy shit or whatever, to the point where, you know, shit, he probably be the one that really needed the protection. You know what I mean? You know, because if he did holler off and do something, you know what I'm saying, then who's going to jail first? He is.
Yeah, but he going to jail.
Exactly. We don't know if dude started it or she started it. Right. We don't know. We don't know. But the whole thing was with Chris Brown and Usher was the fact that he was just speaking up for her, you know, and you know, to be honest with you, and I'm sure he probably felt some sort of guilt too because he's the one invited her to the party. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but my thing is, why would he invite her knowing that they don't get along? Was he trying to like you know, be a peacemaker or something? Or
maybe you know, and you never really know in this business. Sometimes people probably think that shit blew over, and maybe this is a way they can kind of, you know, get back together or talk or be cool or whatever the case may be. You just never know. We don't really know the insides of what's going on with them. You know what I mean? But the whole point is that obviously she felt okay to come there. What made her feel okay to come to the party or whatever when she already know that they have some sort of, you know, beef with each other?
I don't know, man. My thing is this: if he did jump on Usher or had him jump on Usher, he gotta slow down, man.
Yeah.
Chris making too much money. He running around here thinking he gang banging. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. He gotta grow up, man. For real. Like, he makes too much money for that. For real.
He said what?
Time to stop the foolishness. I mean, I feel like this is all to keep Teyana Taylor relevant. No disrespect to her. This keeps her relevant because I don't listen to Teyana Taylor. Do you?
Not really.
Okay.
Not
That's
really.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I think, but that's why I say most of
her as well, though. Shout out to her.
But most of the younger crowd does listen to her.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean.
She got a great. I'm not saying she got a good fan base. I just don't listen to her. I ain't really checking for her, so this is good. Keep her in the news.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, let's get here real quick before we go to the next one. Most times the issues can be fixed if they just had a conversation. I assure you, Teyana and Chris never spoke on any their issues. That's true. That's probably true.
I already was calling her all out her name, and you know that's just a good look, bro.
All right, man. Let's get into the next one, you guys. I'm about to leave here on TikTok. I just wanted to get that part out or whatever. We're doing a live show here. If you guys want to see and comment on the show, we're actually live on YouTube. So go to our show is. Go there on YouTube. I don't know if YouTube will cut us off because I say the name or what. I don't know. Or if TikTok cuts us off because I say the name. I don't know. But anyway, go to YouTube, Fired Up Broadcasting, and tap in, you guys, and get in on this conversation. All right. I'm out. I just wanted to be here for a second. Peace. Hey, so hey, how you stop this thing?
Marlon says most times the issues can be fixed if they just had a conversation. Oh, I assure you, Teyana and Chris never spoke on the issue. I see that. You read that.
What'd you say, dog?
I said you read that. I'm tripping.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to do something because you was over there. I don't know what you was over there doing.
Oh.
But no, I just feel like Chris, man, he just got to slow down, really. I ain't here to talk bad about her or him. My thing is just, I think he got to just make better decisions if that's what took place. Because, you know, TMZ will blow some shit out of proportion. But if that's what took place, he got to calm down.
Yeah, and that's why every time you hear something about it, it's allegedly
involved. He got
say what?
Shit. You got to stop the gangs. You got to stop that. That's going to lead them down the road he don't want to be down.
Exactly.
Because you ain't ready for that. I always try to tell people, like, and then we're gonna go on. But I try to tell people, anybody, you're not ready for what come with all of that, man. You know, after you go to jail, you know, they have knife fights. And it's really dangerous in there, man. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta be smart. You got all this money, man. You trying to be hard, and so people will think you tough, bro. You not tough. You not tough. And I just try to tell people, ain't nothing wrong with realizing that and understanding that you're not tough. You're not maximum prison, maximum security prison, level 4 yard tough. You're not.
Right.
And that's okay but that's where you headed if you keep out here playing. Anybody anybody who thinks that they're gonna be and operate as a tough guy or operate on the other side of the law, to where as you put in harm or you involving yourself in gangs or any type of criminal activity and murder and robbery, all that shit that come with, man, you not ready for that. So just calm down. Like, and I know the culture, and I know LA culture tends to do that to people, but it's like the way you going and the route you going down, you gonna hurt somebody and you gonna get some real time, not no county jail time. And when you go in there with the big boys and it's real prison and you gotta really politic, it ain't gonna be the same, and you ain't gonna be the same. And I just want him to really think about the decisions and the choices that he makes, because that shit, that 20 years, it ain't cool. It don't sound cool.
Right. Yes, sir. So that's what's up. All right, man. So let's get into this next one. Should men protect all women?
We did that.
Oh, we just did it. Important. Recognize self-worth. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what I was trying to get.
You want to do history of blackness first, or you want to?
We want to get in history of blackness real quick.
Yeah, this is good.
Okay. All right. Oh, here we go.
I read up on the brother, man.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So what we got next, you guys, is the history and blackness, and what it is what we do is we try to, talk about our history and blackness when it comes to people that you probably haven't heard from, or heard about or knew about, that actually was a great impact in our culture, in our lives, other families, ancestors, and all of that stuff or whatever. So this week, I got the pick. And one of the reasons I picked him was because this man still has, luckily still has a line of bloodline family that's still around, and that, his history or whatever that wasn't really much credited because of how he passed away or how he died, you know what I mean? And so it was kind of like, okay, well, he was lynched, and this person killed. Yeah, he was killed. Yes. And he go by the name of Anthony Crawford. He was a landowner and a farmer. Did you want to go in something on here real quick, or you want me to do it?
Oh man, he was richer than all the white people, pretty much. He was the dope character. A lot of it, I have my notes in my phone, but the biggest thing that I seen is he bought a piece of land and built the property and built a school on the land to teach the children in Abbeville, South Carolina, the black children come learn how to read and write. And I thought that was dope. He also was a hustler.
Right.
He was a hustler, man. He was growing cotton and corn, and I don't want to get all in your story, because I did.
No. You're doing good. Because that is actually what it is. He was a hustler. He had cotton, he had corn. And one of the reasons he built that school was because he was the only one out of, I think there was 9 siblings, and he was the only one given the land from his grandfather, because he was the only one that could write his name. You know what I mean? And that's how bad it was back then, of course. You know what I'm saying? So he was the only one that was able to write or whatever. I'm not sure about reading, but obviously if he was reading, he might have been able to, write. He was probably able to read as well, but he was the only one or whatever. So that's how he actually ended up getting the land and been able to build, because of the fact that, he recognized that, there's a lot of black kids that weren't able to read or write as well. You know what I mean? So he did that part. Also, he owns, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same guy that also owned land in Florida, right? Remember the beach, they sold it for $10 million. The family sold it for $10 million. after fighting for so long to get the land back in their name or something like that.
This is him as well.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, it's the same guy, the same family. You know what I'm saying? But they go back from generation to generation. You know.
Also, he had 10% of the land that Black people, the African Americans, owned in that area. Phenomenal, man. A foresight. He was scrambling for it, man. And tragically, you know, back then, I would love to talk about that. Back then, man, that's why I say people talk about voting and times, and man, I'm like, we don't know where we live and the privileges that we have, man.
Right.
It's really a different place, bro. It's really a different place, and I don't care what people say. And yes, they still do us and treat us a certain way, but boy, we have came so far.
Right.
Because this man was just merely murdered because they was hating, and he was making money, as much money. He was making way more. He was loaning money out to the white farmers. He made so much money.
Hey,
and so
you remember how you know your moms used to say, or your grandparents used to say, man, we used to walk miles to get such and such or whatever, you know. Well, his great
something like that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So his great grandkids or whatever that basically, you know, are still living and wrote this about him. He said he walked 14 miles round to and from school day and proved to quit a scholar. I mean, proved to be quite a scholar. When Anthony finished school, he was a laborer and Ben Crawford until Thomas Crawford, Anthony's father, died in 1893 and deeded I can't read, dog. And deeded some land to Anthony, who was only one or 9 siblings able to sign his own name. Anthony Crawford was lynched in 1916 in Abbeville, South Carolina, by a crowd estimated to between 200 and 400 bloodthirsty white people. His crime, you might ask, cursing a white man for offering him a low price for the cotton seed he was trying to sell and being too rich for a Negro. Ain't that crazy? Because he was, hold on, and this came to mind when I read that. This whole thing of being too rich of a Negro.
It's still happening.
It's the shit that's going on right now.
Still happening.
It's the shit that's going on right now.
Yeah. But the
shit with Jamie Foxx, the shit with Bill Cosby, the shit with Prince, the shit with Michael Jackson, the shit with all that shit is going on right now.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
Just in a different form.
Definitely in a different form. But I was
just in a different form.
I just was tripping off the fact, like, imagine, let's say 12 noon. You at your house, you chilling. Or in this situation, you go, a motherfucker try to cheat you out some money. Excuse my language. Somebody try to cheat you out some money. You tell them, hey man, you a liar, bro. That's not how much that you trying to short me on my money. He then proceeds to get mad, and they call the whole town square, and 200 to 400 people. 200 to 400 people.
Right.
That's an army.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Think about this. And they drugged this man. They hung this man. They beat it. It was an all-day event. Think about this. The time. Just think about.
Man, they drugged him, hung it, and shot him.
And they did it all so that black people don't think to do that.
To prosper. Exactly.
To prosper.
It was all the slow people down, the slow, understand. Make those. They put fear in their hearts. That's basically what it was, to put fear in their hearts to not do what he did. And until this day, this is the same thing that's going on. You heard about like the things of like everybody that's basically go against the grain, like Kanye West, what's the comedian? Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Now what's going on around this is theory, but still Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying? Every time someone speak against certain things or whatever that's going to be damaging or take from the white man, something's happening. They're sick. Something's going wrong with them or whatever. That's not just a coincidence, man. Not these whole high profile people like that.
No.
That's pretty wealthy and eat healthy and take care of themselves. These are people that's been taking care of themselves or whatever, but yet, they have the weakness or whatever, or however they end up either drinking something or a drug or something that get them hooked or whatever, to the point where they rely on it and y'all use that weakness to kill them or try to kill them. You know what I'm saying? So that type of thing, man. So shouts out to the Crawford family that's still looking also for their more relatives or whatever. They're trying to find everyone that with that Crawford bloodline as family too or whatever. So I commend their family and hope I can find my family like that. I hope I can find, some ancestors that's wealthy and rich, or was wealthy and rich. I mean, dang, it's gotta be somebody out there. Is there fuel out there that's rich? It's a rich name. It's a rich name, damn it.
Your ass crazy,
But yeah, so that's our history in Blackness, man. Landowner and farmer Anthony Crawford. All right. So look into it, you guys. Pull it up, Google him or whatever. It's an interesting story how things have unfolded with his life and his family, even to his family today or whatever. Check it out. Check it out. All right.
Yeah. Good. It's a memorial down there as well, in the South Carolina area. So,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Shout out to Crawford, man. That was a great pick.
Thank you, sir. Which one we going to? Important.
We're going to self-worth.
Self-worth or importance?
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
The importance of recognizing self-worth. That's why I said all the stuff we talked about today kind of connect. It kind of, you know what I'm saying, coincide with each other, man. The importance of recognizing self-worth, man. That can.
How you feel about
it can be challenging. It can be hard to recognize what your self-worth is, because you have so many people around you that will try to be a negative influence as to who you are and what you are and what you're worth. I had to wait for a while before I actually really came into my own, and mostly really, man, to be honest with you, it's just been it's more a prayer, you know what I'm saying, of God, and recognizing who I am, what I'm worth, and not really caring about what other people think, because to some people, especially if you was in a bad relationship, or if you owe people, or if you broke or whatever, saying everybody has their judgment on what you're worth and who you are and what you're worth or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I tried, and I've learned in the last probably 10 years that I've been here to, just deter from all that. You know what I'm saying? I stir away from it, the negativity, period, because I know where my focus is. I know what I want. I know where I'm worth once I get to where I'm at, and I know where I'm worth now. You know what I mean? But if you don't see it, then, oh, well, I'm cool, but the right people will see that. Right, the right people will hang around. The right people will understand it, and the right people will be there for you through that. You know what I mean? So that's what I get from that. Recognizing myself for self-worth, though. What about yourself?
Man, it's a good question, ain't it? No, I'm
it is.
I think that, of course, to answer the question, I think that it's a huge, it's extremely important to recognize your self-worth. Because I think that what I'm learning is if you don't have self-worth in yourself or you know what I mean, think highly of yourself, it's hard for you to think highly of someone else and treat them how they supposed to be treated. So I think that one, in recognizing my self-worth and just who I am helps me better understand my emotions as well.
Right.
And how to guide through those. And I think that the beauty in it also is it gives you, I'm looking for the word, it gives you confidence, you know, in yourself when you start to discover self-worth and what it means to you. You made some great points by saying, you know, not really caring what others think of you. And but understanding that there's a goal and I know what I want and I know who I am and I don't need other people to define me. I think that our society is built against discovering and building self-worth because it challenges that by saying that being different or not having makes you less than, and so the self-worth starts to diminish slowly as you go down your feed or as you watch the television. And so I think that in this day and age more than ever, I think recognizing and understanding the importance of self-worth is valuable, to say the least. It's I want to say without it you can't move forward, because you'll always be every decision that you make will be predicated off what someone else says or the validation of someone else, and you can never make yourself happy by making someone else happy. So that's what it means to me. Basically just challenging yourself to love you despite of what your circumstances is, what your past may be, what you think you should have, or what you think you should be doing. Embrace and appreciate where you are and at this moment, and then start to make changes. And then as you start to make changes, you'll start to build your self-worth because you can know that you can do things different. You can do things, you can reach goals, and that will start to make more confidence, and then that will start to build the self-worth. So I definitely think that this is a good topic just in this time because
well sometimes
it's challenging.
Sometimes people that's listening out there, sometimes to learn and understand your self-worth, you have to be by yourself. Sometimes you have to be, you have to get away from those friends that want to kick it all the time. Get away from those friends that, you know what I'm saying, that even if if you got friends that's succeeding and climbing or whatever, and they're not bringing you along or teaching you as well to, do the same thing, or to you know what I'm saying, you can do this, not the copycat off of them, but to have the same goal, or not, to have not the same goals, but whatever goals that you may have for yourself or whatever, and how to accomplish them and get them, whatever, to learning about yourself, and sometimes you do have to be by yourself for a while just to even feel that, or to even claim it or whatever, because sometimes we get distracted so much, like you said, from other people in your ear, other people around, other people that's not as feel worthy for themselves as much as you would for yourself. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I know what I'm worth, right? I know what I can do, but this person next to me is just living it just day by day, whatever.
But see, the key to self-worth and recognizing self-worth, and this is what I'm learning, is not concerning yourself with what they think, right? It does not matter if they believe in a dream, right? It does not matter. Even because we're going to get into this, right? We're going to get into this. It's going to lead into where we're going. But it's not their responsibility. You would like it. Like we would like our mate or the people we hang around or the people we talk to, like Rick Ross say, to be visionaries. But that's just not the case. People are realistic, right? And so people aren't going to realize the dream right away. Right. And so the point of having self-worth is realizing that, and also still being consistent and still waking up every day seeking for your approval, seeking for your validation.
Right.
I think that the moment that you start to depend on your spouses or society or a girlfriend or a friend's approval, then you start to diminish your self-worth every time they disapprove.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so we have to start to maintain our own self-worth, meaning our own. I know who I am. I know right now financially I'm right here, but I still know I'm this person, and can't nobody tell me that I'm not. And that's having the confidence and having the strength to maintain that through the times of the disapproval, right? Because then when they do disapprove, it's not the same. It's just like, well, I'm gonna just show them. Maybe they need more work, right? Because sometimes I think that we so quick to shut somebody down, well, because she don't know my self-worth, and then we start to use it as more of an excuse or a form of manipulation or a crutch, because they don't know my self-worth when in all actuality you don't know your self-worth.
Right.
Because if you did know self-worth, you would be able to take their disapproval and still move forward. And this is something that I'm learning myself. When I'm affected by things that happen within my relationship, and it's sometimes it's partly her, of course, right? But a lot of it's me because of how I've internalized things and the lack of my self-worth maybe in a certain situation. Whether it be I'm not where I'm supposed to be financially, whether it be I'm not where I'm supposed to be emotionally. It makes me respond a certain way. So I'm learning that all of those things are a part of my self-worth.
Yeah. Nick said, I want to thank me for putting in work. I want to thank me for knowing my worth. I want to thank me for putting in long hours. I want to thank me. That's what's up. But ain't that a song? Is that a song? I want to thank me.
No, that's Snoop.
Oh yeah. That's Snoop right, Snoop. Yeah.
Snoop
What's up, Nick?
What's up, Nick?
Yeah. That was Snoop Dogg's speech. Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, Nick, always in there, man. But no, really, you gotta. But I don't want to, because a lot of times we can also, because we do it, I do it, you do it. We can also confuse self-worth with pridefulness.
Ooh, true. Ego. That's true.
And so we gotta watch that as well.
Yes. That is true. Because
because I'm not worth, they ain't worth, and then it's really just pride.
I think pride and ego for me is I think I get more embarrassed about something that I probably didn't do or don't have. You know what I mean? Instead of being able to just ask for it, or it's kind of like I can need help for something, but I don't want to ask. I don't want to bother nobody else or anything. Yeah, so it's, so I think my pride do play in that part sometimes. But I mean, I do also know my worth as well, because I don't, I'll get with people that'll be like, well, since you're not doing it, won't you do this? Won't you do that? That's for somebody else. And I get a little like frustrated with it. I get frustrated. It's kind of like, no, I was like, why would I give my services to someone that's not going to be appreciative just in order to make them look good or whatever, to the point where, I'm still going to be unhappy with what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm glad you said that, Phil, because I wanted to say, I had that same feeling, man, until I in establishing my self-worth and knowing that it's all a part of the goal. And because sometimes we hinder ourselves and we work ourselves crazy, because we both do the Uber. We was doing the Uber, you know what I'm saying? And so sometimes wanting to be free of the system causes us to make our certain decisions. Yeah. And I realized that since I've been working, right, and on the wheel, and I created this 5-year plan, I can see it mapping out faster, right, because I kind of put my pride to the side, even though I have the degree. And even though I'm going to go ahead and bust these 2 jobs down while I working on funding the business, while I start to continue to create content, while I learn other things, right? And to perfect the business. But I think that we also have to, once again, recognize how important our self-worth is to us, to understand that I may have to make a sacrifice to get what I really want.
That's different. That's different because you within yourself know you have to take that sacrifice to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you got that in you, because that's your means to the goal of where you're trying to get to. You see what I'm saying? That's when you have that in you, because that's to me, it's kind of like, okay, I'm not doing it for them, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for this reason.
For me.
You know what I'm saying?
It goes to the self-worth.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like, I'm not doing it for y'all. I'm not helping your company. I'm helping my company. Because I just got my logos. I just got my trademark. I'm going to be your competitor.
Right.
I'm learning the logistics. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that because we in the world right now, and you doing it, and you doing it, right? The entrepreneurial spirit, funding everything. We're in the world of that now, but people aren't talking about how hard it is, and on how having a 9-to-5 can also give you some cushion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give you some room to wiggle. Now I'm an entrepreneur, but I also got me something to cover my expenses, because that's really what the name of the game is. You got to keep some cash flow coming in to cover the expenses to even be a dreamer. I need everybody to understand this. To be a dreamer, and we're talking about self-worth, to be a real dreamer, you need some money behind that. You need a little change in the bank. That's why I'm so tight right now on my finances, and it's hard to squeeze 6 cents out of me. I swear to you. I done cut it down. I done cut it down, baby. How's one day a month? How's 2? I'm asking because at first I just was cutting it down, I wasn't saying nothing, and I had to start committing. But because I'm realizing that the more and the tighter I get this budget, I'm really going to start to see some other money, and it's going to start to be able to really get into the business and make the business more profitable, because I'm learning these things, and I'm learning these tools, and I'm learning these trades. So, and it's giving me a cushion, because my car note, I ain't got to stress about that. The mortgage I got to pay, I ain't got to stress about that. The shit you got to stress about, that you know what I'm talking about, Phil, because you got to stress. You got this, shit, this is due. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when we dealing with self-worth, we have to also sometimes humble ourselves and say, you know what? I am bigger than this, but to get to a better position, I'm going to go ahead and take the grunt work real quick, bust down. I was just telling, me and Marlon was just talking about it. He don't want to, and I'm like, man, listen, when you at a certain place in your life, because we're talking about self-worth, so I don't want y'all to think but when you at a certain point in your life, realizing that I am worth more than this may take some more action and take more sacrifice. Like I was saying, and Fuel, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
do it all the time.
exactly. You know it. Exactly.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know what I mean. But I wanted it was good you said that because it kind of all plays in together, right? About establishing who you are and being able to, no matter what position, what job title, no matter what's in your bank account, how many followers you have, understanding the power that you as the person have, knowing, like Jay say, no two alike like the snowflake. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. There's no one like you, no matter who you are, even if you're a lame. Right. Shout out to your lame. No, I take that shout out back. No shout out to them. But let me go get that. Nick said egos will kill a relationship if you are with someone for long term. Open up a bit. All true colors will show. Don't be afraid to be you. I agree, Nick. I agree.
She said 40 hours, entrepreneur, notary, real estate agent, still hard out here in these streets. And that's facts. She really is too, for real. She's a hustler of hustlers. Love yourself first, period. Yep. Damn, Nick, you got a lot to say today, don't you? I see you talking, girl. I see you talking. Yeah. If you don't love yourself, you can't love someone else, point blank.
That's
point blank. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a big fact, though.
Yeah.
Right here. That's a 10-4.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this next one, man, because it kind of ties. Well, let's see. Am I?
Ty. Whatever one you go to,
I know it all ties, right? The impact a man has on a relationship. Do we want to go there, or let's get into the main title? Let's get into the main.
No, let's say the main title for the end. Come on now.
Okay, we didn't do this.
Don't do that.
Well, let's go with impact.
Here we go.
The impact a man's purpose has on a relationship.
Come on now.
The impact of
what's the name of that title?
The impact a man's purpose have on a relationship. Man,
that's powerful.
It's very powerful.
That's powerful, right there. I thought of that, man. I thought of that. It was about 5 in the morning, man. And I said, you know what? I got something for you today. I was a little late. I missed the meeting. I said, I got one for you though. Listen, you gonna be happy I waited a little bit.
Right.
You know?
For real.
But no, that it struck home, and it goes back to the self-worth. So it ties all in, like you said, and all of it will today. I think that.
Well, first of all,
I originally got the idea. The idea had been floating in my head because I seen a short of Joey Badass, who's an artist, who's also an actor. Mm-hmm. He's in Canaan. You know, so he's good. Mm-hmm. But he was talking about a man and his purpose, and that a woman shouldn't expect a man to chase her. He should be chasing his purpose. And I just always kind of floated in my mind. And what that meant. Because I think a lot of times immediately ego jumps in and it becomes, well, I don't need no woman type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't the case. And then we also talk about this amongst ourselves about finding a woman that understands that if the career, if we help establish the career that, or the hobby you may think it is, or whatever it is to you, you know what I'm saying? that we can turn this into whatever you want it to be, because this may be my purpose. I think that a man that don't have a purpose in a relationship is lost.
Yeah.
And I was once a lost man.
Well, hold
I'm
on
getting all philosophical.
before you get deep,
But go ahead.
before you get deeper into that.
Yeah, I was about to get real philosophical too. Yeah, you called me because I paused too. Go ahead.
But the purpose,
get real philosophical.
right. I think that's a very important statement or discussion that should be asked or talked about at the beginning of a relationship.
Come on, talk
You
to
see
me,
what I'm
Phil.
saying? Because we often get into the relationship not knowing what the other purpose is. You know what I mean? Or not understanding what their purpose is. And if you go into it without an understanding, it's going to cause conflict in the future. However
Absolutely.
long. You know what I mean? And that purpose that you might have, you know, for your relationship might not be the same purpose that she feel like or he feel like that that's where they wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? For me, for example, when my ex, you know, after knowing I've already had kids, blah, 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 whatever, and we didn't talk about it. So you knew my purpose in life was not to have any more kids, you know, but then you had in back of your mind that, oh, I can make things so good for him that he's going to still want to have kids with me. That's a no-no. You can't do that. You know what I mean? So, and you know, especially if I explain what my purpose is in life, what my purpose is us in a relationship or whatever, and my goals are for what I'm trying to go for us or whatever to climb, and then you sidetrack it with something else, it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Because now you've had in your mind probably all this time something different from what I basically have verbally told you and asked or talked to you about. And that can cause that can cause real trouble in a relationship, you know. So anyway, my purpose in a relationship would be being on the same page, being happy, being able to speak to you about anything with no judgment. You know what I mean? Be able to grow with each other without no judgment. If you got something negative or that's bothering you that we need to talk about, but you just keep it in or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing with that.
Can't do nothing with that.
You know what I'm saying?
And vice versa.
Exactly.
Vice versa.
We got a comment real quick. Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's
see
Nick.
What we got.
Nick.
I got it. She said, impact, be nice. Traditional women follow the leader. You want to be a king, treat her like a queen. Lead your mate in a positive fashion. That means lose ego, lose pride, be honest, chivalry, come back.
That's a mouthful right there.
Mouthful. I was just took the words right out of my mouth. That's a mouthful.
Yes.
Pause.
That's a mouthful right there, Nick.
That is. That's a huge. That's you know, serious. What happened? You froze over there, Phil? Definitely a mouthful, Nick. Hold on. Am I good? Definitely a mouthful. Give me some things in the chat, see if y'all still hear me, because a few of them froze on us. But yeah, absolutely, Nick. I think that once a purpose, a woman will be more likely to follow him. I think that what I'm learning that it's hard for a woman to follow a man who doesn't have proper goals and things in order. You back? Oh, he closed out on me. And so, like I said, I think that you hit it on the head with lose the pride, lose the ego, be honest. I'm always chivalrous, but I also think that work on past traumas, y'all, man. Start to chop through those. I think that's what I'm working on. That's starting to make me a better person. Therapy is definitely a great help for me. But I think that while we wait on fuel, if we still live, are we still live, y'all? Oh yeah, we still live, absolutely. Okay, so as we wait on fuel to get back in, when I thought about the idea of the purpose, right? I think that in learning and creating my purpose and understanding my own purpose, that I know that it could sometimes be weary for my lady, you know what I'm saying? And wanting to put her faith in me, not saying that she should or she shouldn't, just saying that it's just a basic human instinct to wonder, okay, well, what are you doing, or what is the outcome to this? And so I feel like until I got into this relationship, I never even thought about a purpose. I had some ideas, I had some dreams, but I never really thought about making it my purpose. And I thought that the moment that I started to understand and develop my purpose, I became a better man for this relationship. I was more open to therapy. I was more open to expressing financial things, communicating things more, communicating more about finances and things like that. I was more open to talking about feelings. I just was starting being more open because I started to establish my own purpose and then my own self-worth as well. I think that the self-worth is built through building and working towards the purpose, right? And living your purpose. I think that a man who lives a purpose is a powerful man. I think that he's a focused man. I think that he's a humble man because he understands the battles and the paths that he has to go through. I think that I will keep reiterating that I think that a man without a purpose is just lost, man. I think that is tremendous. It's so important, right? It's extremely important to have a purpose before even entering into a relationship. I think that, or establishing it right away. Because I think that once you enter a relationship without the purpose, it starts to waver, right? It's she's not willing to lead. She's not willing to follow. And like Nick said, traditional women follow the leader. And it's hard to follow someone that she doesn't just even believe in or trust. And part of it is because you don't have a purpose. Well, most of it is because you don't have a purpose. Now, for my ladies, I also said this for you as well. Understanding the importance of a man's purpose also puts a certain puts a certain responsibility on you as well. Okay, y'all still there. Okay, cool. I just want to make y'all sure y'all still there. All right. It's extremely important for you to understand, okay, my man has a purpose, so let me work with him to help us. Understanding that, yes, you don't have to believe, and yes, you're going out on a limb with the faith, but understanding that my faith in his purpose is going to be a benefit for the household and us as a couple. I think that establishing a man's purpose because you want him to lead, because it's so important for him to lead, him having a purpose, having direct goals, having a direct approach, and you helping him to build to that approach, I think helps the relationship go so much further. And then you just have a more healthier and valuable man on your hands because he just has something to sink his teeth into, if I could say. right? He just has something to hang on to and say, hey, this is something I can follow, right? This is something I can do. This is something that I'm good at. This is something that I always want to do. And you nurture him. Now you may have to do like, there we go. You may have to do like my lady did. You back at it? You can hear me? You can hear me? Oh, Fuel, what you got going on over there?
Oh, there my battery, dog. I lost my battery. You was still going.
Yeah, I was going. Okay, I just kept it going. But yeah, so just saying that it's also important for women to recognize the importance of that man's purpose, but not as if he's, let's take the ego out and the pride off on the other side as well, and saying that well, a man should know his purpose and I shouldn't have to help him build his purpose. Let's take it out of there as well, right? Let's understand the value of him having a purpose and the value and the benefit it is to the relationship, which then be the benefit to you.
Yeah. Hey, when I was gone, were you still live? Were you still going?
Yeah, I was still going. I
mean, it was still showing on
It's still live now. It was still showing. We can get into these. Nick says, agree, fat boy. The company you keep says a lot. Look at who you choose. Learn and know you're made. Carolyn Johnson says, wow, I am late. I miss you guys. Been working 7 days a week, 10-hour shifts. Okay, that's right, girl. Hey, listen now.
I don't see none of that.
Oh, you can't get it up, Carolyn.
My battery. I don't know what's up.
You all right?
My battery was tripping. Huh?
I know, man. These batteries, these computers, all this shit is all blew out today, man.
Continue reading the comments if it's any more. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's it. No, that's it right there.
Okay. All right, let's get it.
Next topic. Where you at, Phil? We're going to get into the next topic, y'all. I'm waiting on Fuel. But yeah, y'all, license check, throw some comments in there. Make sure you like and subscribe. This is one of them shows you need to send to your friends. It's a little choppy, but we're dropping game and jewels. So make sure you like and subscribe. Of course, the Fired Up Broadcasting channel on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow our TikTok. Dear brother and dear sisters, y'all, I need y'all to send them in. Make sure you send them to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. A short video, nothing longer than a minute. You can do a video or audio clip. Just saying, hey, dear brothers, dear sisters. I'm gonna talk to Fuel about maybe just turning into dear brothers, and y'all can ask some serious questions about maybe your male counterparts, because we don't want to have a biased opinion. And so when he comes back in, we definitely gonna transition to the next topic, because we gonna keep on rocking with y'all. I want to know if y'all like it, man. Hit me with some thumbs up in the chat. Hit me with if you like it. If you out there, and I know you watching, stop playing with me. Go ahead and drop a comment. Say something in there. Hey, fat boy, I see your beard. Say something now. Talk to me and talk to me nice now. But yeah, I think that a man's purpose is so important to the longevity of the relationship. I think a man without a purpose is just a man waiting to fail. I'm living proof. I almost want to testify in here that understanding and finding a purpose. And I think that, man, don't mistake it though for saying, well, I gotta find my. I think that a great woman will immediately make you find your purpose. So I think that, and vice versa. I think that a great man with a purpose will make a woman want to follow, like Nick said. So I think that just understanding on both sides the importance of and the value of that, that brings to a relationship, and that a man with a purpose brings to a relationship. Having an idea on how the relationship should move and how it should navigate is just a great thing. But also, ladies, be patient. There he is. He back at us.
Dude, you still in? How are you able to?
I'm gonna keep going. You know me, I ain't going nowhere.
No, I'm amazed how you even still able to keep going. That's funny.
I know that's dope though. All
that's
right,
what's
so
up. That's good. All right, well, I'm on. I had to do the phone thing because for some reason the computer battery is not charging up.
That's crazy.
It's taking a while. I know, right? Hey, dog, that's the life.
No, that's shit. Mine doing the same thing. I don't know what's going on. That's all right. We in here. You know, you can turn it to the side and it get you like the
Oh yeah. Do this. Do that. Yeah, is that right?
Yep. There we go. Okay. We got action.
All righty, man. We back here. We back.
All right. So, what was our next topic?
Oh,
our last and final topic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me close this. So the last and final topic is am I responsible for my significant other's happiness?
There it is.
Why or why not?
Okay, I like that. What do you think, Fuel?
Am I responsible? To an extent. To an extent. Not I can't say 100% responsible for it because I mean, you know, she should be happy regardless. If they make I don't know. That's a tough question.
That's tough the way you said it though. That sounded a little rough the way you was going. Where you was going?
I know.
I had to look at you. I'm like, where you going with this, Fuel?
I mean, I think in a relationship, what I do, I'm responsible with what I do, how I react, how I communicate with that relationship to cause the happiness, to make it, you know, to cause the happiness. You know, if I'm not bringing that, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, that's bringing on havoc onto that relationship to me. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean that. So you have certain responsibilities, you know, to make that other person happy, but not 100% because that person has to be happy for themselves and within themselves or whatever, even to continue to make you happy. So because you both have to be happy in a sense, right? You know what I mean? So I know that's a tough question, dude.
Because that's a no question.
No, but it works in both. It worked in both ways, right?
Yeah. It's an in general question. I would say that.
I guess you are. I would say if I had to say, I would say yes.
I would say at some point, right? Because to some extent, like you said, most of the happiness, like you were where you were going, I see where you were going. Most of the happiness should come from within, because like we were saying earlier, she or he, they or them should have a certain level of self-worth and self-confidence in oneself that creates a certain level of happiness.
Exactly.
Right? But as I become as I build more into my relationship and try to learn with my mate more, I think that you are responsible for their happiness, or for your spouse's happiness or your mate's happiness, just because not only the fabric of the relationship depends on it, but also just the house, right? The house kinds of his
happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life, happy spouse, happy house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think that if we approached our relationships understanding that they have self-worth and understanding that they have self-confidence and understanding that they should have an inner happiness. So that's understood. So we don't have no discussions about that, nor disputes about that. But also wanting to be responsible for their happiness. Right? I think that changes the level of the relationship. That takes us to another level. Because now, as my book by Gary Chapman says, now you're making a choice, right? To make sure that to be responsible for your significant other's happiness. And that is honorable.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with whoever the Facebook user is. I don't know. I don't see the name on my end. I don't know if you see it on your end. But they said, and I agree with this. No, you're only responsible to add to it. Which means that person has to be happy as well to add to that happiness.
Absolutely. But okay, so
that's probably where I was at. I think that's where the line where I was at.
Let's dissect that for a second, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that because we know our spouse is our ideal spouse is happy, but let's say that they're not. But you say that you love this person. Is it ego speaking from that position of saying that you cannot make sure that this person is happy? And then can you say that you love that person? Can you not help that person understand the value of happiness? Right? Because I think that when we hear responsibility, we immediately think we get on the offensive side, but you should want to be responsible for your spouse's happiness. You should want to take that pride in making sure that they are happy within the relationship that they have with you. This should not be an issue. And that's why I brought up this topic, because we all have that issue whereas when that's said, oh, well, they should be happy for themselves. And it's like, yeah, absolutely. You're right. But what if I made the decision to make sure my spouse was always happy, or tried to go out my way, as Gary Chapman would say, to love them in their love language, right? To love them the way that they wanted
should
to
that be. That shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I don't think it should be a. The happiness should be automatically there in a relationship. I don't think it should be a job. It should be a focus, or, you know what I'm saying, something that because if you're having the communication in a relationship, which we talk about all the time or whatever, then that's kind of like automatic. But if we pinpoint it and look at it as, damn, I'm responsible for her to be happy. I'm responsible for this to happen. I'm responsible, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 whatever. Then it kind of takes from the realness, I think, because your focus is that. I mean, I'm just thinking. I might be thinking a little bit out of the box.
It's the choice of responsibility. So it does not become a job because you decide to do it. So Charles Barkley says it all the time. I've been blessed to never have worked in my life because you love doing it. So what I'm saying is, let's kind of debunk the cliche ideology of being responsible for our love's happiness or our spouse's happiness, and let's change the narrative of what that means. One should be happy, right, to be responsible for how their spouse feels. It should not be a job for you. And then if it is a job, to maintain their happiness, and I'm not saying buying things, I'm saying loving them and making sure that they're happy, whether it's, I'm going to get into whether it's quality time with them, whether it is the physical touch, whether it is loving them in their languages, whether it's rubbing their feet, whether it's making sure that they're happy, being a shoulder to cry on, being open communication, all of those things are making sure, and that's on both sides. Imagine how powerful and beautiful a relationship becomes when both people takes responsibility for each other's happiness. What happens then? What happens to that relationship if it's no longer a job, but it's a privilege, an honor?
Yeah. But like you just said though too, is you know, it is, I mean, it does work both ways.
Absolutely.
Let's see what Latrice just said. Latrice
Hey,
just said,
sister, I see you. She
go
says,
ahead.
I got you. She says, I believe you're responsible for the happiness in the relationship. The things that make your partner secure and happy, you need to ensure you are taking care of your part. Absolutely. Spoken truly. I agree. I think we just gotta kind of take the negative ideology of what that means. Because I think television.
Yeah, continue though, what she said though. However,
says, however, their self-love and their self-happiness is not for you to heal, nor can you. That's all on them. I agree. I also agree with that as well.
So that's kind of like why I was kind of stuck in between, because basically exactly what she just said or whatever. You know, self-happiness is not for you to heal, nor can you that's all on, you know, and that's all on them. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you're looking, it shouldn't be a situation where you have to look for that person to give you self-happiness. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Right. I agree.
Like like you said, it should be something naturally happen, but something that you should be.
But I'm saying, my thing is, once again, because I've been in therapy, so the show's been in therapy, we've been in therapy, right? Once again, we only have control over ourselves. And so what I'm saying is, I'm making the conscious decision to make it, if they don't know how to love themselves, I'm being patient with them, right? I'm making sure that I'm making the steps to make sure they're happy. It's not a job for me, it's a duty. I mean, it's a privilege. So I'm trying to constantly understand, constantly change, constantly work on myself as well, right? It's definitely, they definitely have to have their self-love. They definitely, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They definitely have to have those things in place, but there's nothing wrong with you assisting them along the way.
Right. Facebook user says, but no matter what you do, if the person isn't happy within there's nothing you can do to aid in their happiness. A person has to have it for themselves first. And sometimes you do end up in a relationship where someone's not really happy with themselves, you know, and even though you're doing everything you can to make them happy or self happy, it goes right back to what Latrice was saying. You know, sometimes if they're not happy, they're not going to be happy regardless of what you do, because you're trying to be the responsible one and make them happy. You know what I mean? And it's always going to be, but if you're both putting in the effort, if you're both understanding or whatever the goals or the happiness that may be or should look like in your relationship, y'all both need to be putting that effort in order for it to actually grow into anything. You feel what I'm saying? So I kind of agree, and that's kind of like why I was kind of like stuck in between. Like, I think we're responsible to be, you know, happy, to make that person happy, but also that person have to be happy in themselves, and we have to be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And you know, what happiness look like to me has to look like to her as well.
But that's almost impossible, right? Because she's different individuals.
That's not impossible. Happiness, if what happiness look like to you, especially if y'all in communicating and talking, she knows what makes you happy, you know, and you know what would make her happy. So what it looks like to you is basically what you learn about her, what makes her happy.
Okay.
What you learn about her is what makes her, you know, happy, and then she has to also learn about you as to what's going to make you happy, and that has to come together. That has to gel together. It can't be, you know, she only just give you this much of happiness, but not the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like whatever the conversation is. Like if you know that, you know, having your bathwater ran or whatever makes you the happiest or whatever. And she like, oh, well, I want to do that to make you happy, but I'm only going to do it once. You know what I mean? I'm just using that for example. It's kind of like you have to have that communication as to what looks like happiness to her and what looks like happiness to you. And when y'all have that conversation, and you, and like you said, you do the therapy thing or whatever, write it down separately. Write it down separately, put it together, and see if it comes together and gel to a whole thing where y'all can accomplish those goals or that happiness together. You know, because sometimes other people's happiness could be a lot of your time that you don't really have because you're working so hard to get to a certain place. But they need that time. You know what I mean? And they're not going to be happy unless they get that time. But you can't accomplish that. You can probably take care of other things that she may need that's on that list, you know. So then when you see what's on that list and the things that you can y'all negotiate? Can y'all work at something out to where this will make you happy or that'll make you happy or whatever, to the point where we can, you know what I'm saying, be happy together with this, whatever the situation is. Whatever the, you know, did I put this other one up? Did I put that up? Is that the same one?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Oh, okay, here. This one. Who is this?
It's Carla. Hey, Carletta.
Oh, Carletta, what's up with it? Oh, now you're coming in now. What'd she say?
She said, that's true, fat boy, but if they don't have it, you can do everything in your power, but it won't sink in. I agree.
Exactly.
I do agree.
Exactly.
I do agree.
Exactly. And that's basically what I was just saying. It's kind of like, unless y'all have that, you know, and unless y'all had what happiness really look like to you and whatever, you know, and y'all put that list together, you know, because sometimes that's an avoided question. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's an avoided question, like, what does happiness look like to you? And it's funny because you have the tools, and this therapist has given you tools or whatever to actually work with to see if y'all going to be on the same page, if y'all going to be, you know, and sometimes I can't lie. Some shit you can kind of get scared of even use that tool because you might think of what the outcome may be. And the outcome is going to be either one, you're going to avoid it or you're going to do something about it. And if you avoid it, it's just a means of prolonging what's, you know, that's going to happen anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I who else? We got comments, dude. Oh, she said exactly, fuel. Oh, okay. That's what's up. Yeah. You know.
Dear brother, dear sister.
Yeah. You through talking about it already? You through?
What time we got?
Huh?
What time we got?
6:36. We did an hour and a half. Well, that was our regular time.
Yeah.
That was our regular time. We had a little technical difficulties and shit. But this
absolutely. I just was saying that just kind of change the ideology of it. You know what I'm saying? I think that we should be a little more. Granted, you guys are absolutely right. Right? If a person is just not happy with themselves, you won't be able to make them happy. But what I was saying is that it's just dope entering into the relationship with taking the responsibility or choosing to take the responsibility.
No, don't get it wrong though. Don't get it wrong. Just because someone is not happy with themselves at that moment or at that time or whatever, don't mean that it's something. Because sometimes people, until that right person come in their lives to be able to communicate and talk about it, people avoid it. You know what I'm saying? And that's because they never talked about it with anybody else when it came to relationships.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people would just like avoid the fact that, damn, shit, I ain't never talked about this with anybody else or with no one before. You know? And when you get that, what's wrong with my light? You know, lights, shit. sucks. Anyway, but when you get that, you know what I mean, then they're even going to appreciate you more because now you're paying attention to them. You know what I'm saying? Now you're giving them something that they probably never had from another relationship. You know, so opening those conversations or whatever, you know, it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you learning something that's definitely either it's going to grow or it's going to disintegrate. You know, and then if you stay within it and think it's just going to get better, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, you might be cool for one day, then the next day because the shit's gonna come back up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because you can be cool or whatever, but then when that person ain't really happy or whatever the case may be, something's gonna come up.
It'll come back up. You're right. Now
You
you're
know?
absolutely right about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, you kind of gotta nip it in the butt, man. You gotta get it. I think with any relationship or whatever, I know the next relationship I'm gonna be with, that's exactly what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna be like, write down what makes you happy. If we go in there, write down what makes you happy. I'm gonna write down what make me happy. If it doesn't really gel where it looks like that we can actually work that, you know what I'm saying, and be happy with whatever the outcome may be with that, then I'm cool. I don't have time. My life is, life is short these days, dude. It's kind of like I don't have time to play.
No, really.
I don't have time to sit here and try to figure some shit out that we really already figured out, but yet ignored. He left me. It's probably the battery on his phone or whatever, you guys. But I ain't gonna stay on here long like he stayed on like that. I did stay on here about kind of long, but Curlin says she agreed. That's what's up, Curlin. You know, I'm gonna see if Fat Boy come back in. We're gonna try to see if he gets back in. If not, because I mean, I really, truly do believe that sometimes we get into a relationship and you say you're gonna do that too? Yeah. Write that list down. Let me see what your list say. let me see what your list say. But yeah, I am. That's basically really what it comes down to. And I don't think I've ever done that before. But now that we've had this conversation, it just kind of opened my eyes as to that's probably something that we should do. That's probably something that I should do. Let me see if Fat Boy is trying to get back in here. There he is. I got you. There you go.
I don't know what happened.
Probably your phone. I don't know.
No. I try to check my time, and the fucking screen did something weird. But yeah, man, I think that is a great idea, Phil. That is a great idea.
Oh yeah. Hey, that was a good question right there, dude, because it even got me to thinking, on what I need to do next.
Yeah.
Currently, so you're gonna send me the list? I'm gonna send it, and you'll have me moving. She says I have her moving to see me. Oh yeah. All right, come to Cali, girl. Come to Cali. Shut up, Fat Boy. But yeah, that's real talk, though, man. I think that's been one of the things that I've been missing. It's kind of like I need to put that down, and then if it's not what I want, just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because me being I know I'm a good person, and I know whoever I've been trying to talk to obviously is a good person, but it just probably was not for me, and not for me to waste my time anymore. I just can't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just have no time to waste, man. You know what I mean? And I gotta be firm on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What else we got? Oh, dear brother, dear sister, real quick. Because I think it was a good one. I think
we can do dear brother, dear sister real quick.
You want to introduce it? Because where is it at? Here. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty, guys. As y'all know, we do dear brothers and dear sisters, but we've been kind of slacking on it. We've been kind of slacking.
Yeah.
But Fat Boy had one up this week. He got one for this week or whatever. Go ahead, put it down there, Fat Boy. What is it?
Dear brothers, are you taking the proper steps to heal from your past traumas? And if so, what steps are you taking? And I'm gonna say it again. Dear brothers, are you taking the proper steps to heal from your past traumas? And if so, what steps are you taking?
You want me to go first or you want to go?
Yeah, you go first.
Why you make me go first? Wow. From the past, my trauma, actually, my past trauma that I basically had was being in a relationship and being almost like being either ignored or feeling like I didn't matter. And did I heal from that? I think I have, because I started recognizing and realizing just who that person was.
Right.
And knowing that it wasn't me. You know what I mean? Because when I put all the effort in to make things right, all the effort in to do the things, all the effort in to, like you said, try to make them happy, and they're not happy within themselves. You know what I mean? That they basically would either ignore certain things, and then things are constantly will be okay for a minute, and then next minute it's back to the same shit, just like we just talked about. You know, now had I did the same thing like what we're talking about now, as to writing it down, what makes you happy, what what doesn't, blah blah blah, and we might have talked things in passing, but not in real conversation.
Totality.
Yes. You know what I mean? And some things could have been said but ignored, like one in one ear out the other.
Absolutely.
So I think I've learned from those traumas or whatever, because it was to the point where I started getting my feelings caught up in somebody. I kind of, when I love somebody, I will love hard. You know what I mean? And so when that person does reciprocate that back to me, then it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like they'll say, here in California, man, everybody say they love you, like it throws it around like it ain't nothing. When I say I love you, I care, I'm there, whatever, blah blah blah, I mean the shit.
No, for
real. And I don't throw it around just willy-nilly or whatever the case would be.
Absolutely.
If I'm cool with you, I'm cool with you. I care about you, and I tell you I love you, it means I love you.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying? That means that can't nobody fuck with you without fucking with me.
Without fucking with me, same here, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's, but that wasn't the things that I was getting in the relationships that I've had here or whatever, when I basically fall or felt like that we fall in for each other. So yeah, so I have I healed from it? I think so. But I really want look, I really want to know until I get to the next until the next one. But I do think, I mean, I've healed from it, from those particular people, but it was a hurtful enough to stay embedded in certain parts of me where I learn from it. I use it as a tool, a learning tool now, and not, something that I would bring on into another relationship or someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. For me to answer the question, I am taking the proper steps.
Yeah.
One of them is therapy. The The second is accountability. And then the
Yeah.
third one is acceptance. I think that I have learned through taking therapy that I am not over my past traumas. That's why I react to certain things a certain way.
Right.
And all of these past traumas don't necessarily mean relationships or intimate
Right. True.
traumas or whatever. These could just be childhood traumas, abandonment, and these things, and you react to certain you react to these traumas a certain way. And so
Right.
I would say that I am taking, like I said, I am taking the proper steps. It is challenging because you don't know that you're affected by these things. But as I learn and decipher my past traumas and how they affect and impact my life in the way that I move throughout this universe, I am learning that those things that you've suppressed deep in your brain have more impact to the way you do things than you think that they do. And that's why I urge everyone to talk to someone or have an open line of communication with someone, because those things that we say don't bother us a certain way. And we tend to act a certain way because of that. And that trigger, of course, that person is triggering you, but they're triggering that trauma. And that trauma determines what reaction you give.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is kind of, it's a process.
Yeah.
It's a process. Especially when you grow up a certain way and it's embedded in you. You know what I mean? And when you learn something different, sometimes your mind can go, is that different really right? Or is it, you know what I'm saying, is it just, some Rudy Poo bullshit or whatever that people just say or tell? You know what I mean? And until you, like you said, like you're doing or whatever, doing the therapy, the exercises and stuff like that, and recognizing it, once you do it, it gives you clarity on what basically was going on with you. I think one of the hardest things is how to avoid it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes when something has been like with me, I it's hard for me to be real calm about something that I'm passionate and know that I'm right about. Like when I'm right about something and somebody is telling me I'm wrong, and I know that I'm right, and my voice get aggressive, my voice gets strong, man, and I'm like, no, and it can get scary. I had to learn stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the, my past trauma or whatever, because I will, sound very aggressive towards someone and scare them, and didn't realize that that's what I was doing at times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've seen sometimes when me and you gotten into it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm trying to outtalk you, you try to outtalk me or whatever, that type of thing. And instead of me being like, well, let me just listen to what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That takes practice or whatever from past trauma. Right, you know what I'm saying? And that's because of past trauma, you know what I'm saying? But
absolutely.
But recognizing it these days or whatever is the key.
Excuse me.
Is that you're recognizing it and you're able to, at some point in time to exercise those, those demons, I will call them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I am learning from the past. I'm healing. I think I'm healing from the past. Is there still things that maybe, but now that you touched on it, now that you talked about, besides relationships, maybe, but I probably have to do the therapy too, just like you, to recognize it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been on my own since I was 12. Since I was 12 years old, I didn't have my mother, my father. No, none of them. I had my grandmother and them, and I was there because I was family, and but it wasn't the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't the same. It was kind of like, and I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it bothered me because I feel like I was there for a check.
Oh yeah. See.
You know what I'm saying? I was there for a check or whatever. And was it real love? Was it real caring? Was there real, things that I learned? Because as much money as I made, Fat Boy, in my lifetime, I should have been a business owner 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If my family really took the time to tell me, to teach me or whatever, what it is business wise or whatever, because I had a smart aunt. I have an aunt that was she quit doing it, but she could have been an attorney, so she know the corporate world, she know the working world, she know how to save money, she say, you know what I mean, she know how to, but never taught me because it wasn't her job to do. She was my aunt, I think that's how she looked at it, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to the past trauma and stuff like that, now that you're saying, I'm starting to think back or whatever, like, damn, Emma.
Yeah, no, you gotta definitely go work on that stuff, man.
You gotta go back. Yeah, you gotta go back because I mean, just now thinking or whatever, growing up without my mother or my father, and to be where I'm at right now, and don't get me wrong, my grandmother most definitely kept me out from a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And because of her prayers and her faith in God and bringing that on to me, that's been a great blessing. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong. Don't say I was totally in the dark when it came to life, but certain things I feel like I should have learned or could have learned from them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Curly said, "Oh, Phil, I think the fact that you recognize it and learn from it, you'll be able to communicate it better in the next relationship."
Yep.
True.
For sure.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's basically where I was going with it. It's like yeah, I'm definitely communicate it because, and to be honest with you, if it wasn't for you, Fat Boy, and the therapy that you've been going through and passing on to me, shit, I'm learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's hopefully that we do it for the people out there.
Supposed to share. You gotta share, be transparent about it, because I think that once you start to be transparent and make other people want to see and say, hey, maybe these things are affecting me more than that I'm leading on and due to, you know what I'm saying? So it's a help. It's definitely a help.
Exactly. Cool, man. Well, shit, that's gonna do it, big dog.
Great show. Another one.
Once again.
Okay, and remember, make sure y'all do y'all dear brother, dear sisters, a small video, a short video or a short clip, audio or digital, of course, no longer than a minute. Make sure you send it up to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe, share our YouTube page at Fired Up Broadcasting. Make sure you follow our TikTok. Make sure you join in next week and every week, man. Every Thursday, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, man.
Yes, sir. Let me see. We forget anything?
That's it.
That it? Where's my
Where our intro?
I know. I just saw. I can't find it, dog. I'm on the daggone phone. Hold on, I'll find it in a second. Anything coming up? What we got? Anything? We got anything coming up?
No, not nothing too much.
Yeah. But you got anything? You got anything going for the weekend?
Nah, man. Homework. This real estate homework. Shit, that's it, man. I've been just trying to stack. Mother's Day next weekend, so that's gotta.
Mother's Day ain't this weekend.
Thought it was next weekend, the 14th.
That's this weekend.
And
right?
Nah, this is the weekend.
The day's the 11th.
Oh yeah, maybe this weekend. I'm tripping.
12, 13, 14. Yep. That's this weekend.
Yeah.
You,
So
hey,
I call my mom.
the people get people's like your baby mama's type of thing or whatever. Do you do that?
I was, but I'll call my mom. See what's going on with my mom. I usually used to cook, but I'll probably be working Sunday. So
no, I'm talking about your baby mama.
I used to last year. I think I wouldn't. I cooked for what? Yeah, I used to. I tried to do something.
Okay.
It'll always pan out though.
Cool. All righty, guys. We got any more comments before we leave? Do you see one? Huh?
This weekend. It is this weekend. I know. I just realized that.
Who said that?
Carolyn said it's this weekend, Mother's Day.
Oh, okay. Carolyn, are you a mom? Happy Mother's Day to you. If you are, you should get baby mom something. She said you should get your baby mama something.
I should, huh? I should, huh? I ain't.
You said I ain't. All right, man. That's gonna do it for us, man.
For sure.
And remember,
if they talking about you behind your back, they behind you
for a reason.
Peace.
All our illusions will disapparate, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We know.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace.